Right, this is a quick video to show you how to get Unreal Engine fired up, and we're going to start a new project in the game engine. So we're going to click the start menu and we're going to search for Unreal, and you're looking for this Unreal editor. I'm going to click on there and it's going to fire up. When this finishes initializing, we will get to what's called the project browser, and that will allow us to choose what kind of project we want to open up. On the left hand side, we've got recent projects, and this is where I can go and browse for at the bottom any other projects that I might have had open recently. But in this case, we've not used this engine yet. So I'm going to click onto games, and then in this instance, we're going to choose a third person project. On the right hand side, it will tell you what this project does. Tells you that we've got a playable character where the camera is positioned behind the character and slightly above. Down below, we've got some settings here for project defaults. We want to make sure we're in blueprint mode. Target platform is desktop. Quality preset is maximum. Starter content is ticked. And we're going to leave off ray tracing because we don't want to make our graphics card cry. Project location, we're going to set this to a downloads folder. And the reason why we do that here at college is because usually you'll save everything into your OneDrive. But Unreal Engine projects and OneDrives don't usually go well together because they're constantly going to be syncing up and down to the cloud and just going to make our lives hell. So in this instance, we're going to go to downloads and we're going to make a new folder in here. And let's just call this folder Unreal Engine, all one word. And we're going to click select folder. And on the right hand side, we're going to give it a project name. Now this project name can't contain spaces or any weird symbols. So let's call this platformer, because we're going to make a very simple platformer game in the engine. And let's click create. Now the first time you do this, the first time you've fired up Unreal Engine, this might take a while because it's got to compile a whole kind of game engine and the project and all of the things that go into that. Once you've done it once though, making new projects after that happens really quickly, as you've just seen. So just be patient. That first time you load it up could take 5 to 10 minutes. Now it's loaded up, we've got this screen. Now I've used this engine on this PC before, so I'm going to close this because this is what it should look like by default for you. In the middle, we've got our viewport. This is the game as we see it in the editor. On the right hand side, we've got the outliner, and this shows me everything that lives in the scene that I've got loaded up, in the level that I've got loaded up currently. And I can click one of these and that thing will then highlight in the viewport, or vice versa. If I click something in the scene, that thing will highlight over here in the outliner. Below that, I've got the details panel, and I can shift this up to see more of it, and I can scroll up and down and see all of the details and options and controls, if you will, that are related to whatever I've got selected. Across the top of the screen, I've got my toolbar, which allows me to save what I'm doing, what I'm working on. I can browse to various points in the game, in the content browser. And I've got a play button here that fires me into the game. Press play, click into the viewport, and we can use WASD and the mouse and the spacebar to run and jump around. To get out of that, we just tap escape or press the stop button up here. And at the bottom of the screen, we have the content drawer. This shows us what we saw up there with the content browser, but just docked down below. And what I like to do is open the content browser and click on this dock in layout button down here. And then that will either dock that to the bottom of your screen like this, or when you click that button, it might appear just kind of floating over your screen like this, and we can drag and drop that to the bottom of the screen like this, and it kind of always lives down there. A bit like how other game engines look, like Unity. And that's a very quick overview of how to get into the game engine, how to start up a new project, and kind of what the various bits of the screen do. There'll be more videos going into more depth later on. Thank you very much.